Hi, Amber Kenyon here with Gateway Research Organization. Today we're going to go and have a talk with Rusty Bellamy, who runs Big Coulee Farms just outside of Athabasca. He's not only a great friend of mine, but he's also the chairman of Grow and has a lot to say. He's a huge wealth of information when it comes to soil health, to animals, to direct marketing. So with no further ado, let's head over to Big Coulee Farms and have a look at exactly what they have going on there.
Hey everybody, I'm Rusty Bellamy with Big Coulee Farms. I'm also the chair of Grow. I've been roped into this by Amber and Sandeep. Um, we're actually going around to all of the board members and getting some feedback from them on what they do and how they work in the agriculture and industry in Alberta. Um, there's my pet goose. Oh, he's going to even go down on the pasture. Right on. Anyway, there's a pond right behind Amber with the camera, and there's a pair of geese that nest back there every year. It's really neat. It's kind of noisy at 4 o'clock in the morning though, but that's life in the country. We direct market everything that we raise um, to St. Albert and Edmonton. I've been rotationally grazing chickens, turkeys, laying hens, cows and pigs for 18 years. It's taken me a while to learn all of the ins and outs, and I still learn things every year. There's always something new that comes up to teach you a lesson. Mother Nature's good that way. She keeps educating you on how to work with her, and it's much easier to work with nature than to try to go against nature. So that's kind of our thing here. We at Big Coulee Farms, we do as much as we can to promote soil life here on the farm. Um, there's 75 to 80 chickens go into these um, chicken tractors. That many chickens lays down 400 pounds of nitrogen a day. So we don't have to have a fertilizer bill. The cows do the same thing. They fertilize as they rotate through. The laying hens move every 4 days. The turkeys sometimes move 3 days, sometimes 2 days. So everything is moving across the land, fertilizing, aerating, debugging, and doing their job to help us promote the soil life here on the farm. That's our major goal, because when it's working like it should, I don't have anything to do but except move animals, and it's getting better and better every year, and easier every year. Okay, here we are at the pig mobile. It's a piped apparatus that we pull with the tractor. It takes about a day to train a pig to move because they're so smart. I really love pigs. They're so smart. Sometimes they're too smart. But as soon as you pull up with the tractor, they're standing at the pipe waiting for the grass to pop underneath and get started. We do use netting that you can see around there to kind of, so we're not having to move every single day. We can move this netting around. Then we pull the pig mobile ahead a little bit, do the same thing over again. The big blue thing is, of course, water. We took a regular an antique UFA cattle waterer, cut the bottom off of it so it was shorter and it fits in the little stand on the other side of that, and the pressure from the standing water is enough to make it work. There's a self feeder there that we try to keep feeding all the time, and but their main diet is grass and foraging. They'd rather be out rooting and being pigs than standing at the feeder, but to to get them finished in the time that we need to before we run out of grass and winter comes and you can't water anymore, we give grain. We feed barley, wheat, and pea mixture in a chop. It's made up for us at On Away Feed and Seed. There you go. That's the way the pigs work here. Nice long pigs this year. Going to have lots of bacon. We're standing in front of the calving pasture. We calve on grass here as much as possible. And it was looking really good this May. And then we got this cold spell and the leaves quit coming out on the trees and the grass stopped growing. And so we're still in the bale graze kind of thing. We have calves from May to June 31st. May 15th to June 31st. 30th of June, I guess. 42 days calving season, 42 breeding season. And we start at the end of July, run through August to the middle of September. So the calves are born on grass. We're not having to feed the cows extra to try to get them by over the cold winter time when other guys normally calve. So here we are at the weaning wire, is what we call it. So the calves can get to that side of the wire and the cows can get to this side, and but they don't cross it. And it takes about 3 or 4 days, and then the calves finally give up and they just stay back there where their hay is and their water is, and the cows give up and they stay out at their bale graze, and then we just close up the gates and everybody's happy for the rest of their lives. And that's our winter water. And the chimney is coming out of the top there. There's a firebox in a 4 foot by 8 foot by 2 foot deep stock tank, and that's how we keep the water open all winter. So here we are at where the calves end up in this pen here. They get really nice looking hay. Believe it or not, we made that hay this summer. We got it just in June before all that horrible rain came all summer, and so it's pretty decent feed. The calves are on their mothers from the time they're born in May and June until March or April. We wean about a month before calving because that's kind of the way the moose and the elk do. They run that calf off a month before they have their spring calf. So we're kind of following nature here. These calves will be in here. The cows are going to go out on pasture here hopefully in the next week. And then once we get the cows out on the pasture, then we're going to take the bulls that are back there and put them on pasture ahead of the cows by a paddock or so. And then we'll rotate through the farm once we get back up here near the barn, and these guys have been in here long enough to be weaned. Then we'll put them back in the big herd, and then we'll just have the cows, the bulls ahead of everybody, because there's only 4 of them. 2 are mine, and 2 are customers. So they'll be running on the grass ahead of the cows and their calves and this bunch of weaned calves here. So people are wondering, when I had such a small cow herd, why I have 2 bulls of my own. Well, we're breeding cows that work on grass and hay only. They don't get any shots or vaccinations or any worming or anything. It's clean meat when we sell it directly to the customer. So one of the major things about line breeding, which we do here, is a father should never breed his daughter. So we keep 2 bulls here, and when we keep a replacement heifer, which is pretty rare because we have so many customers that eat meat, but we try to keep 1 or 2 a year, and they got to be really stellar heifers to stay. And so the other bull breeds the heifers that or from the other bulls, so that daughters aren't being bred by their fathers. And we've been having great success here with our line breeding program. And we have really good genetics. These calves look really, they looked really good when they came home from Steve's. And it was, you know, it's, they can get by on very little feed over the winter. And I'm really proud of this program that we have here.
Well, thank you for that tour, Rusty. As always, it was awesome getting to spend time with you. If you liked this video, feel free to subscribe to our channel, to like us on Facebook, to like us on Twitter, and please leave us a comment. We would love to hear from you, and let us know if there's other videos that you would like to see us doing.